by Burger King. The Kirk Cousins renaissance has hit a speed bump recently. This past Sunday against the Chiefs, Cousins completed a season-low 50% of his passes. Cousins was deemed off target on a whopping 34.8% of his throws, the worst mark of any QB last week. The Vikings will need Cousins to deliver this week, though, as they visit Dallas on Sunday night. So, Shannon, which version of Cousins should the Cowboys expect to see?
Yeah, Shannon.
Yeah, Skip, I damn sure wish I knew what version of Dalvin Cook we going to see, because then I can give you a better indication of what version I'm going to see of Kirk Cousins.
I think you'll get the best version of him.
But here's the thing, Skip. Dallas has only allowed 200-yard rushers. Saquon the first game, and then we saw what Aaron Jones did. So they normally set out to like, And especially a guy like Kirk Cousins, you want the ball in his hands. Like the Eagles got it, they're not going to say that, but that's what they want. They want the ball in his hands because, like you said, they're very familiar with Kirk Cousins. They understand his strengths. They understand his weakness. When you play a guy, Skip, and when he's in your division for the amount of years that Cousins was in their division, I don't care where he goes. You've got tape on him. You know full well what he's capable of. So for me, Skip, I think he'll be okay. I don't think we're going to see great Kirk Cousins because I do not believe if the Cowboys shut out Dalvin Cook, hold him down something, say, 60, 70 yards, I don't believe Cousins is good enough to overcome that. Now, if he gets Dalvin Cook somewhere around 120, 150, and Cousins can play action, he can keep the throws minimal. He can throw something like 250 yards. But if you ask him to drop back and throw the ball 35, 40, 45 times, Skip, he's not winning a game like that in Dallas. I don't believe he's capable of that. So with that being said, I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys will do a number on Kirk Cousins, but there's a good chance I'm still going to put Minnesota because I believe they're going to do a job on your guy.
Thank you.
Well, if they do, then you're going to win. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it is.
So allow me to say about Kirk Cousins, whom I have watched very closely because he used to play for the Dallas Cowboys' arch rival Washington Redskins, and he played for a long time there. And I miss him playing for the Redskins because my team dominated Kirk Cousins.
Well, you got Dwayne Haskins for the next 5 years, so you'll be all right.
Maybe. Unless they go in a whole new direction this offseason.
Already?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Cam. Maybe that would be...
No, Cam coming to Denver.
Okay. Could be right. I have never seen anything quite like Kirk Cousins because I got to give him this. When he's right,
when he's
really right.
Dealing.
He was right against the Eagles that day up in Minneapolis.
Yes.
And every time I looked up, he was throwing a launching a missile where it's just like... whoosh, and Diggs is just like running, right there.
Yep.
70 yards. He is capable. He has a good deep arm.
Yeah.
He can wing it deep.
He can.
And yet, I've never seen wheels fall off a good quarterback like faster than this guy. Because he's still, I'll give him, he's a good quarterback. That 1 year in Washington, they won the division. Played Aaron Rodgers in the home game. They lost that one, and he didn't play very well. But still, he got him there. I give you that.
You Skip, you here.
There's no
in between. He here.
That's what I don't understand. That's why it's so frustrating to have him as your quarterback.
So in game one this year, after the disaster that was last year for your Vikings, when they had paid him $28 million a year for 3 years, 84.
They got another year of that.
Yeah. So what did they do in game one? Gary Kubiak and company, right?
Yep.
Okay, game one, they say, you can't throw anymore. we're just going to run the whole game. I've never seen this doesn't happen in this era.
Especially a guy making that kind of money.
Yeah. He threw 10 passes. He hit 8 of them for 98 yards. Okay, that's game one. And they won the game against the Atlanta Falcons, who have turned out not to be very good.
Correct.
Then we see some disasters, some debacles. At Lambeau Field against the Packers, 21-16 loss. His QBR was 4. He had on scale 0 to 100.
And Dalvin Cook ran wild.
He ran wild. So, again, that kept you in the game.
Yes.
Then Bears at Chicago, 16-6 loss. He has a QBR of 15, which is pretty pathetic. And then against the Eagles, he just lights it up.
Yeah.
Like, that's spectacular. And yet at Kansas City, your stat that you just read, nobody in week, what was it, 9?
That was the worst performance of the weekend.
Yeah, the worst performance on completion percentage because he missed, what is it, 35?
34.8% of his throws.
35% of his passes.
Worst mark of any QB.
Yeah, okay. So that's that guy.
Right.
So who is he? What is he? All I know is I saw him play 7 games against the Cowboys. He won one game, which happened to be at Jerry World, and the starting quarterback is now the coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Kellen Moore was the starting quarterback, and that's the team you beat, and that was an also-ran bad Dallas Cowboy team. Dak Prescott went 4-0, and a couple of games were close, but still, I always tell you, Kirk Cousins, to me, is an underconfident overachiever who his confidence is fragile, where if you get him a little bit rattled, then he just flies all apart. Yeah. Dak Prescott's the opposite of him. And I'm not saying, I'll give you this. I think Kirk has a better arm than Dak Prescott does. Just an overall better. He's a little better thrower of the football than Dak Prescott. But listen, Dak Prescott will battle your butt off. Right. If you get him down, if he throws an opening play interception, you better look out.
Yeah, Dak could battle back. It seems that when things go wrong for Kirk, they go to hell in the handbasket.
They do.
Soon.
They do. And he can't get it back.
He can't get it back. And Skip, this is the thing. If that everything that the Viking does offensively is predicated on the run game. When Dalvin Cook run for 100 yards, they're 6-1. The one loss came Green Bay.
Okay.
0-2 when he doesn't.
So they're 6-3. And Dalvin Cook leads the National Football League in rushing, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And their defense is 4th in points allowed. Is that good?
That's very good.
That'll work, right?
Okay.
And Pro Football Focus ranks the Vikings as a team as the 4th best team, with the 4th best offense and the 6th best defense as Pro Football Focus. But those numbers add up to really good football teams.
And with those numbers, Skip, when you top 4, top 5, you know, right around there.
Yep.
You should not be 6-3.
Nope, you should not be 6-3, and they have the makings of 8-1. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes the quarterback flies apart.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't get it back.
And sometimes, Skip, you have to be the reason. A quarterback should never be the reason why they lose, but he needs to be the reason why they win. And right now, Kurt is not the reason why they're winning.
Yep.
They rely heavily on Dalvin Cook, and then he can play action. I don't think the offensive line is that good, Skip, especially because once they shut down Dalvin Cook and they pin their ears back, now you know, Kurt, you know, he fold up like a lawn chair.
Yep.
So he ain't about that heat.
You remember Dak's rookie year, first game at Washington? This is the second game of the year after he lost to Eli at home.
Yes.
You remember? They're in big trouble in the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins is driving, and he goes to church on Sunday.
Yeah,
except it was to Barry Church.
Yeah, he throws the interception, his quarters coverage.
He threw it in the end zone. He threw an end zone interception, and Dak took the ball and went 80 yards the other way for the winning touchdown. If he completes that pass, or if they just get the ball in the end zone by ground.
Or get points out of it, Skip, anything,
Dallas is going to lose that game.
The one thing that you couldn't do, look, even if we don't score a touchdown, if we get 3, we get some points. Now they need 2 scores to beat us. Now they just need the 1 score, and that's what they got.
That's Kirk Cousins. Is he capable? You better believe he is. Do I like my chances? You better believe I do.
Well, let's see how you like your chances on Friday.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
Which way? I think you're leaning Minnesota now, right?
Might be.
You're feeling Minnesota, right?
I don't know.
Isn't that what they say?
Ache. I'm nervous about this.
I ain't nervous.
Feeling Minnesota, isn't that what?
I like Old Zim.
Yeah.
Old Zim.
Minnesota. Minnesota nice. Well, you can join us, Shannon.
Old Zim.
Welcome to the party.
He's good. Old Zim will come after you, man.
You know he's going to come after you. That's his MO.
And my quarterback is #1 in QBR versus the blitz. Bring it on.
But he don't do a whole lot of coming after because he got them front 4, you know.
Okay. You might have to have a bet on
Hunter, Griffin.
Skip, I'm going to think about this.
They're very good.
About something to do here. So let's go to something good, because that was enough, Kirk, for me. How impressive was LeBron last night at the Lakers comeback win? Chris Broussard is here. Let's get his thoughts.